a surrender. Like, what would am I able to really give my life to Prabhupada? If he tells me this, can I do it? Giving up meat, no problem. Giving up intoxication, no problem. Gambling, sex life, no problem. But if he tells me to marry him, can I do it? And at first I thought, no way. This is where I draw the line. I don't want to be married. And so this was a recurring visit into the temple president's office. Oh, well, what about this one? No. What about that one? No. 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 And then one time he took me into his office, and I don't think it was entirely proper, but somehow, Krishna's will has to manifest. So he was put in a situation where he did something which was not exactly right, but I can only see that it was Krishna's way of manifesting my karma and Krishna's desire. So he told me, well, I spoke to other managers, and really the way to do this is not really to ask you, but to tell you, if you love Srila Prabhupada, you will marry this boy. So then what was I to say? Already I had made a commitment to myself that if Prabhupada asked me to marry somebody, that I would agree. So I had to be honest with myself. Not that same boy, another person who's been my husband now for about 50 years. So, and he was not somebody that I particularly had any affinity with, but he was very convenient for the temple president. He was a temple treasurer. I was a temple pujari. If he didn't find him a wife, he would soon move to another temple and find a wife. Or some visiting brahmachari may see me and take me away, then he would lose his pujari, or he would lose his treasurer. But if they were married, so that's how the temple president matched us up, not to do anything else. It so happens we're from similar backgrounds, very strong Catholic families who believe in family, who believe in husband and wife staying together for life, and because his mom did like that, and my family also very close, quite close. So we will have a ceremony this evening. So that was the morning. In the evening we had a ceremony. And something like a roka, like there was a flower exchange, but it was really nothing that I could go back. And then a few months later we had a yagya. I don't know if I answered all your marriage question in that.
So, what is the meaning of marriage in Krishna consciousness?
I should give you this beautiful text by Bhaktisiddhanta. Maybe I find it for you. Basically, it's to travel the journey of life together in a way that you help each other advance in Krishna consciousness. It's not about it's not about accumulating wealth, or it's not about let me just follow a little bit here. Let's gather the notes for articles. Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati on marriage. It's just one page. So I'm just going to read it to you. The cardinal principle of Grihastha Ashram is that no one may be the owner of any property of service of another. Everyone is only a servant whose activities are ever in the service of the Lord. Similarly, the sole object of everyone's service as the only master, only friend, only son, and only consort is Krishna. Marrying and giving in marriage do not give rise to any rights of a master, either to the husband or to the wife. Man and woman are joined in wedlock for the purpose of serving each other in the performance of the joint service of Krishna. The wife is not an object of enjoyment for the husband, nor vice versa. They do not marry for gratifying their sexual appetites. They marry for pleasing the Lord, not for pleasing themselves. They choose for their partners only such persons who serve God better than themselves. They offer themselves to be accepted by their partners for the favor of being allowed to share in their superior service of Hari. Neither partner or of their own accord, neither the husband nor the wife should claim the service of his or her partner on their own accord. Both of them are only to offer their services if and when their partner is pleased to permit them to share their service of Hari. None of them can force their partners to serve them. This system of household discipline has its root in the joint worship of the household deity by all members of the household. The reason why the Guru does not ordinarily ask any person to enter the state of wedlock is that it is very rare to find anyone in this world who is willing to regard his or her wife or husband as worthy of his or her unconditional services. This is, however, exactly the only relationship between husband and wife that alone can be sanctioned by the Guru. This is an excerpt from an article by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in the Harmonist magazine called Relations Between the Sexes. So I was so slow at reading it. It's because it's not black on white and it's all small print. But I can send it to you if you like. So this is the gist of our Sampradaya on marriage. Did it answer your question or you want more?
A little more. So nowadays we are here, like we don't have always devotees association, and people get married to materialistic people also, and there they are not happy. And they are not trying to serve each other or serve the Lord, but they are just trying to have sense gratification, and that is why they are not happy. And many women like we are here, and then if someone deviates from Krishna consciousness, what will happen? So your message, like we want your message for all the women, so that how can they...
When you choose someone to marry, it should be someone who has the same goals as you. If your goal is to be happy, to please your family, to have children, and to go to the temple for Janmashtami, and so that's one type of goal. If your goal is to make, and that will not take you to Golok. It will take you to a nice life, maybe also in the next life, Because if you're strictly abiding by varnashram, then it's a progress, so gradually, yeah, so you're being pious, a little bit of karma mishra bhakti, a little bhakti mixed with a little karma, and so yes, you will have a pleasant life, reaping results of karma and creating karma. And then the next life will be another one like that. And playing with this karma thing it's really tricky. Like you read in Krishna book of King Nriga, who accidentally gave the same cow twice to two different people. And he ended up in a big puzzle over that, right? And he ended up taking birth as a lizard. So, we don't want to be lizards. So anyway, if your goal is to make this your last life, or work towards making this your last life, then you should have a partner who shares that goal. And this is something that people and right now I'm actually counseling a girl who received a proposal from a very pious non-devotee. And basically that's what it is. What is your goal? What are his goals? Do they match? Because maybe there's a lot of attraction, but that attraction, give it 2 years. And after 2 years, then you will notice that in the morning when he clears his throat, it's actually quite gross. Like all of a sudden you will not see him the same way. So that's one thing. And then also we are living in a system of extended family, which is a very good system, as long as your mother-in-law has the same goals. If the mother-in-law, every time you say, I have some seva to do, I need to go do an interview, and mother-in-law says, no, I need you to be here to clean the rice, then, your life will be like a servant. It's good to be a servant, but you want to be a servant of Krishna, not a servant of the rice. So it's probably quite good to see also what are the goals of the future mother-in-law, but definitely the goals of the husband, because if the husband's goal is to see you fully immersed in Krishna Seva, if it's part of his goals, that you always be in association with devotees and things like this, then he will also tell his mother, no, it's really good for her. While we don't have children, then she can go do so many things for the temple and a nice associate, whatever, however he's reasoning it. But if the goal is matching, then he can help you with mother-in-law, as long as mother-in-law isn't too heavy. Sometimes they're heavier than the husbands. Yeah, so that's my advice regarding marriage. The Vedic system is so beautiful. It's so perfect. There's room for everything. If you want to spend your life worshipping Ma Durga or Kali and accumulate wealth and material benefits, she will give you by the crores. She will give you. I know some Maori families who are just so dedicated, and they built the biggest pandal in Calcutta, and she reciprocates. And that's fine. But don't do that and expect to see Krishna in the forest with the gopis, or to be in the forest with him and steal his lunch pack one day. Don't expect that. You will get something, but what you will get will be different. So really, the Vedic system is amazing because it doesn't reject anyone. It leaves room for everybody. What do you want? Okay, you do that and you get this. You want something else and you get something else. You do something else, you get something else. So really it's a matter of deciding what do you want from this life. Of course, Srila Prabhupada guides us to make this our last life and to go to Golok and to fully understand through the process of chanting what is our eternal relationship, which is undeniably one of servant to Krishna in whatever rasa. Whatever rasa is our proclivity, I think is the name. Whatever is what we are attracted to. Whether we want to be a tree, whether we want to be a flower that drops down from the tree at Krishna's feet. Maybe we want to be a creeper that Vrinda Devi says, okay, now you must bend this way, no, a little to the right, no, a little to the left, because you need to connect with that creeper who's coming, because you're going to be making an arch, and you're that creeper, and you're just swaying, slow moving, because the feet don't move, they're in the ground, but you can move this way and that, and follow Vrinda's instructions. So you can be creeper, or you can be a deer who sees Radharani laying in the forest. Oh, those look so pink. They remind me of the peepal leaves in the spring. Let me have a lick. You can be that deer. Or you can be a coward boy playing leapfrog, or maybe you want to help Mother Yashoda in the kitchen. Whatever it is that you're attracted to. This is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. And this is what the Mahamantra is giving us. The Mahamantra is giving us, if you follow the process, you follow the 4 regulative principles, that's just human life. And you try to avoid the 10 aparads in chanting, then this is what you will get. But 10 aparads is not 9 or 8, it's 10. And the last one is to maintain material attachments in spite of understanding the glories of the holy name. So if you maintain material attachments, then you're going to have to come back to fulfill your material attachments. So it's not complicated, but it's not easy. You have to work at it. You have to make Krishna the center of your life. And as a Grihastha, you have that opportunity, that Krishna is our everything. What are we going to get today? Oh, let's get the melon, because Krishna, it's nice to offer him fresh fruit in the morning. And I don't have any other fruit, so okay, let me get the melon. But it becomes a reason. It's not like, oh, this is nice looking melon. So when you buy sabji, when you buy anything, when you go to the market, if you have a deity in the house, your experiences of going to any market is completely different. You see a plastic box, and right away you're thinking, oh, this is just the right size for the deity's clothes. I need to get like Krishna becomes the center. Although you have these desires to spend money, to accumulate things, but if Krishna is at the center, then it's changing that propensity into something that's more devotional. And then will come a time where you don't want to shop anymore, where you just want to chant. But you're too young. Like, not everybody can be Mirabai,
So this is
maybe you can. I shouldn't put a lid on any of your devotion. You can be Mirabai if you want. But if you find you're not like Mirabai, then you can also, engage in Grihastha type activities. But don't make it Grihamedi. Make it with Krishna in the center of your life.
So, like nowadays, people are like manifesting. These things are going on. So, it is the desire, like Krishna fulfills every desire. Like it's about what we want, as you said. A spiritual is more powerful.
It's about what we want, but things have to be lined up. Like, if I want to have khichdi for lunch, I will put rice and dal on a stove. Not that I sit here and think, oh, how nice it would be to have khichdi for lunch. I will take the necessary steps. So if you say, okay, next life, I want to be in Goloka and I want to be sitting outside the Nikunja when Krishna and Radharani are together. All right? Good desire. So what are you going to do about it? You have to, from now on, you absorb yourself in that life. That manjari is awake before Radha and Krishna. What time do Radha and Krishna wake up? 3:36 in the morning, they're up. That's when they start getting up. So you have to be up before that. You have to be up before that and ready to see what they need. Maybe they need water. Maybe, there's a schedule. Maybe they want tambula, some refreshment. Actually, as I read in one scripture, Krishna takes awakening nectar drink in the morning. So whatever it is, some herbs that are awakening. So somebody has to prepare these things, and those are the same manjaris who are sitting outside the Nikunja. So the service will start. So then you wake up in the morning, not at 5. You wake up between 3 and 3:30, and you think, oh, I have seva. I have seva to do. This is the time Radha and Krishna are going to be waking up. I need to work. I need to do something. And then it goes on, not that you make a nectar drink for Krishna and then that's it. No, it goes on throughout the day. So the way you can get to that kind of consciousness is by following the footsteps of our acharyas, the close acharyas, and the further acharyas, the 6 Goswamis. 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, all doing that particular seva I'm talking about. So how did they, what was their sadhana like? What did they do? So you try to mold your life after them. Not easy. So yes, you manifest what you desire, but you have to, manifesting it is one thing at a time. It's not a question of putting on a gopi dress and then you're done. Rati Manjari wears a dress that's, or let's say Kasuri Manjari wears a dress that looks like it has crystals on it. So it's all about crystals and shiny white. So let me dress like that. I'm Kasuri Manjari. That's very external. The manifestation has to be internal. So you have to meditate on it, and then it can manifest. But all the time, not like when you're a kid, your friends say, let's go hang out at the pizzeria, it'll be fun. Then it's nothing so wrong about hanging out at the pizzeria. But if you want to manifest being a manjari like next week, and then you can't indulge in these things. You have to, sorry, I'm busy on manifesting something. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to make your life a process of manifestation by chanting, because there's no question of engaging in smaran. A lot of what I'm talking about now is smaran, service and meditation, and there's no question of getting there until you know how to do japa. Yeah, well, the Goswamis, they're all manjaris, so you mold your life about them in a spirit of renunciation. Make it manifest in your chanting. If you're chanting nicely, one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada at the very beginning of the movement. So a devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, is it okay to think about Krishna's Leelas while we chant? And Srila Prabhupada's answer was, you must think about Krishna's Leelas when you chant. I don't know if you found that when you chant, the mind wants to wander everywhere. Think about this and that and the other, and what are you going to cook, and what are you going to buy, and what are you going to do, and what are you going to. So, okay. So, the best way to deal with it is to engage the mind in something worth being engaged in. So you engage the mind in remembering. Maybe before you start chanting, you read a verse or you read a pastime, and then your mind will be like, we made this mistake. We think that chanting starts the moment we put our hand in our bead bag. Actually, the quality of our chanting already started the day before, or the previous day, or the previous year. Because when you sit down to chant, things will show up that you thought were finished. But, and you can, no, don't test it. Just believe me. Suppose you watch a movie today, and then the next morning you're chanting japa. And what are you thinking? Oh, why did he leave her? He was so good for her and she loved him so much. And that will show up in your japa. So whatever you do during the day will show up in your japa. So if your day is filled with reading about Krishna, then it is more likely to show up in your japa. So you have to get to a point where your lila becomes, your japa becomes linked with another step of the Navabhakti. And there's Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. These three are always emphasized. So what I was talking to you about, serving in the mood of the manjaris, for example, or in the mood of the deer in the forest, or in the mood of the creepers, these are topics of smaran. And this can be approached by chanting. This is done while chanting. But not that you write a script and you follow your script. No, you chant and you just listen to the name. But this is your goal to be more absorbed in seva, then it will come in your mind instead of scenes from the Kashmiri Files or something.
So, what is the difference between illusion and intuition?
If it doesn't match with sadhu and shastra, then it's probably illusion. And if it matches or takes you closer to sadhu and Krishna Guru Sadhu Shastra, then it's intuition.